Apparently I'm alive. It's telling me I am. Greetings and salutations, son. This is for you. Um, you want to know something in my process for creating voiceover characters. So just hop around a little bit. But like all parents say they don't have any favorite children. Well, they're not supposed to have favorite children, just like those favorite children that you actually do have. The ones that are allowed to, sit on grandma's couch and the good furniture and what have you. There are some characters that I do, I guess, that are a little sort of stick in my brain a little more. I do write them all down when I come up with something. There it is right there. Now I have to take it away because it's top secret. But it'll have the ages of the people, sometimes how they're dressed, what have you. There's always names. They all have names. Some have jobs. Some don't have jobs. We don't judge them. A lot of them are opposites. So forgive me while I refer to I don't have all my dialogue completely down, but I know a lot of the ones that I do have are, as I mentioned, as our opposites. So, for example, I have an auctioneer named Sonny Atkins, and he moonlights as an easy listening late night radio host. But by day, he's an auctioneer, so his dialogue is a little like, "Welcome to Relaxation Radio, easy listening for hard times. I'm your host, Sonny Atkins, and I'll be with you all night, taking your calls, taking your calls, taking your calls. How many calls do I see? What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? One. We have one call, looking for two, asking for two. So that's Sonny Atkins. So he's obviously not exactly the guy who's going to put you to sleep at night. And then sometimes it just comes from an accent, but also again with the opposites again because they're fun. Clint Jericho, he's another favorite child. He's from West Texas, and Clint is a former cowboy, and he's in New York City, and we find Clint behind Radio City Music Hall. Talking to a young lady, and she's asked him what he is doing so far from Texas. And he says to her, "Well, so I decided to follow my dream of going to Broadway to be a rockette. After an unfortunate incident with an unruly steer left me unable to ride my horse Bob," named after, you guessed it, the legendary Bob Fosse. "So my grandmounts are strong, but my ball changes can need a bit of work." I would have taken 2 on that because I screwed up the dialogue on that. But since this is just entre nous and we're friends, that's a little bit of him. And then we have animal characters. I have a couple of chipmunks that work together in Brooklyn. One guy's named Vito. Vito's a chipmunk. And he's been asked about his friend, like, "What's wrong with your friend? Your friend looks like he's got a problem." And he says, "Who, him? Yeah, I know him. I work with that guy. He's a little, how do you say, a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, know what I mean? I mean, with chipmunks, right?" So I tell him, "Marty, you got to be a nut expert, soft from hard, old from new. But all this guy wants, and I mean in the wide, wide world of nut gathering, he wants to be a squirrel. He's getting real hairy, too." And we pop over to his friend Marty, also a chipmunk from Brooklyn, who's like, "Me, yeah, I got dreams. I want to be a squirrel. I found these pills in the garbage that look like nuts, because I'm still new to this whole nut thing, right? Differentiating and all, but I'm getting it. So I'm taking these pills, see, and make you hairy. So I'm going to be a squirrel." And the key to voiceover is yes, it is a stage of sorts. It's a tiny little stage, but it is your own. And for me, I create all these characters for fun. I was asked I've done voiceover with teachers, and sometimes I'm given a asked to just thrown out. I was asked to do a ethereal guardian, and I was asked to do other things. So I kind of build the characters out, and I was asked to do this young girl who or maybe it was an audition. I don't even remember. But a young girl who had braces. And so that brought about Sandy Stevenson, who lisps through her braces. And the teacher today asked me to present my paper from our trip to the Science Center. I recreated the Van der Graaf electrostatic generator with 500,000 volts of power. However, during the presentation, I was standing a little too close and my braces got stuck to the ball until Mr. Snelson saved me. My hero. I had braces for 12 years, so for me, there's no form of appropriation going on here at all. That's a few of the characters. Let's go back over here and see if there's someone that, oh, how can I forget? So we have Courtney Corker, who I created from, she's that annoying little, well, I don't know if she is, but the annoying little blonde person that pops up in YouTube when you can't watch something because you have to pay for it. I mean, the nerve having to pay for other people's work. What's that all about? So I took her voice, which is Courtney. She's Courtney. Hi. Courtney Corker for the defense, Your Honor. We intend to show that while Mr. Weinstein has been described as a reprehensible, godless monster with no redeeming qualities whatsoever, he's just misunderstood. Thanks. Courtney. And yes, Billie is a tiny bit political sometimes. And because of my work in Mexico, of course, we have to have Mexican. So I have Maria. I am Maria Josefina Guadalupe de Los Angeles Fernandez Garcia. But you can just call me Maria Josefina Guadalupe de Los Angeles Fernandez Garcia. And the only thing that I love more than doing flamenco is chopping vegetables. Chop, chop. So there's Maria. And we got Clem. Clem's an old man. My name's Clem. I'm what you call a minor 49er. Or is it 59er? Oh, I don't know. It's old, like me. But at least I got my health. And one good lung. You've got to be careful doing Clem. If you cough too hard, I mean, it kind of hurts. Bucky O'Brien, he's a bit of a favorite. Bucky O'Brien is old style racetrack caller from the 30s, 40s. And we mix in my love for American politics. God, they're messy. And they're off and running in the race for the 45th president of the United States of America. It's battling Bernie by a nose, but no, he's been disqualified, leaving hamstrung Hillary to battle it out against Orange Julius Caesar, or as he's known by his stable name, Donald the Doddard. Or Stupface von Clownstick. That's from another bit. Still sticks. And yes, I have a version for 2.0. I have Bucky 2.0, which is the current Jolton Joe. Anyway. Movies, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Riff Raff. We have Vlad or Brad. Welcome to the Little Lost Lamb Daycare Center, where we care for your children as if they're the last ones you'll ever have. Joking, of course. Don't be afraid. Come in. My, what a cute little tyke. So round face, so... Probably looks a little weird on video. Gotta admit that right there. There are others around the world. There is Ludmila, who is Russian. There is, who else is there? I've got Trevor, who's a boarder. I've got Charlie, but it goes on and on and on, you can imagine. So I will just close. Finally, you're saying, oh my God, make her stop, pull the battery, turn her off, which is kind of funny. So I started imitating people on TV when I was a tiny little person. And I did it. I realized as I did it, as I was imitating people from, this is the sad part, get ready. I realized that I was imitating people from TV. When I did imitate them and it was funny, it would make my mother laugh. And when I made my mother laugh, that would keep her from being angry at me all the time, which she was. Sometimes it was for reasons that were called for. Most of the time it was not. So the good thing that came out of that was when I'm in the booth, I can be anyone I want to be in the booth. I can be as free as I want, which I was not free as a child. I was under her thumb. And so I can be anybody I want, and I can have fun and be happy. And the interesting thing is, most of the time I hide it. I don't just go around popping off, doing all these characters and voices and stuff. I'm a sponge. I pull from everything I hear, but I don't. I'm not. I can, but I'm not that person who's like, hey, have you heard the one about, or what have you, even though it's there. So, yes, that's Billie's voiceover in a nutshell. I didn't do anything about figuring out how to. I'm not sure how to close out this little endeavor, so we'll just come take all this off because it just probably looks really super weird because I was reading my dialogue. Not sure if that explained it well enough. I used to do this thing where I did a go around the world kind of voice thing, where I would start someplace like Texas. We start in Texas, and then we go east to Georgia. You go into Georgia. Now this is just showing off with accents. I get it, but the dialogue would be. Maybe there would be a theme or a tone or something, and then we go up into New York, of course, because it's New York and it's super easy, and it's New York and you got to go there, and then pop across the pond, and think of BBC One, and be in London, or Cockney, won't finish sound so bells, right? Like Cockney, right? Like rhyming slang, right? Like apples and pears, stairs, trouble and strife, that's me wife, that kind of thing, and then go over to France and be French, but of course, and send into Germany. There's the trains on time, and yeah, that kind of thing. And there'd be a theme. I need to stop. This has gone on for far too long. Wow, 12 minutes. Oh my God, you poor thing. Thank you for taking one for the team. And I will end this stream of egomaniacal madness in 3, 2,